everybody. Welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. And today we, as usual, Kelsey and I are here to share information with you. And today we're going to be sharing how to handle stress. I think so many of us are feeling the effects of stress. I do believe that time is speeding up, time being, well, referring to information that's speeding up, and so now we're having to handle that energy that's moving through us. That level of consciousness is expanding, and we need to know how to deal with those moments in our life and not allow the external world to affect us and destroy parts of our life, relationships, or whatever that looks like. And so we're just going to give you some tips today on how to handle stress.
Nice. Well, stress is something too that it's not tangible, right? You can't grab it and say, "Ooh, I have a cup of stress or 3 cups of stress, and I can only handle a cup and a half." Like it doesn't occur like that. And so stress is something that it's just around us, and so it's tough sometimes to know when you're actually in amongst stress, or if you're really, really stressed. And it's usually when you're not stressed anymore, like maybe when you're going to go to bed and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted." Yeah, it's like, wow. And so, and I know from my own life, like a couple weeks ago, I didn't realize how stressed I really was until it started to affect me physically.
Yes.
And I really got that I have a lot on the go, and I got to be on top of things, and it was just like there was no time. I didn't allow any time for me to just, relax.
Right.
And so that was my lesson, was really getting just really being aware of myself and what my triggers are for stress.
Right. So. And again, if we're not tapped into the feeling center within our body, because your body as always has those warning signs within ourselves, but if we're not tuned into it, we can ignore it or not know what our body's having to say, to slow down or whatever that looks like. So we're here to give you some tips, and the first one that we have today for you is to practice deep breathing. We breathe too shallow in our lives, and we can hyperventilate, and that adds stress to our bodies. So we want to be able to deep breathe, and what we can do is we can learn to breathe just naturally through our nose, inhaling slowly for 7 seconds. 7 all the way. And then exhaling again for 7 seconds. And the thing is that when you exhale, just try this for a moment, Kelsey.
Okay.
So you're breathing deeply for 7 seconds in. And now exhale for 7 seconds. Okay, now stop where the exhale is, and I want you to exhale even further. And just empty yourself up. And it's that space between where we think we've exhaled, but there's that little space there that if we allow ourselves to exhale even more.
Yeah, I totally was still holding stuff on.
Yes, and that's where the toxic energy lives.
Yeah.
So if you can exhale deeper until you're completely empty, you will feel amazing results in your life, guaranteed.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have 7 tips. I'm not sure if we mentioned how many we have. So number 2 is change some of your habits. So typical habits that are stress reduced are eating healthy, exercising, decreasing caffeine, and it's common sense. But it's a place that often we can go when we are stressed to, like eating, or not exercising. It's like, oh, I'm going to chill on the couch because I'm so stressed. When in fact, going for a walk or a run or swimming or some sort of activity will actually really decrease the stress, not laying on the couch and numbing yourself in front of a TV. So there's definite productive ways to get that stress out of your life quickly, efficiently.
And yes, I do want to backtrack, and I want to let everyone know that the tips that we received today is from a website called essortment.com. It's ESSORTMENT.com. Information and advice that you want to know.
Nice.
So as Kelsey already mentioned number 3 earlier, and it's about relaxing. It's taking time to relax in our life, and that when we just allow ourselves to be and relax into the moment, and it really changes the energy within our body. And we need to just let go. So when you're deep breathing, take some time to just go and have a cup of tea and sit down on a couch or just be.
Yeah, just be.
Yes.
Awesome. Number 4, change how you think. So we've spoken many times in our episodes about what you're thinking about. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it serving you or is it not? So really getting that when you're in positive thoughts and you're looking towards a future that is something that's really exciting to you and it's moving you and it's getting you excited, then that's really where the energy will come. And stress isn't present when you're on something that you're just absolutely loving to do. So changing how you think.
Perfect. And okay, number 5 is taking action. A lot of us really don't take action in our life, and we will sit in a very uncomfortable situation, and we'll sit in it, and we won't take the action necessary to create the positive change and the results that we want to see. So stress might be a warning sign for you, saying, you know what, the direction that you're going on right now is not really serving you. So what action can you take? Maybe it's in regards to a job. Maybe your job is just taking too much time in your life and you have no balance. So maybe it's time to change careers. Maybe you just need to do some investigative work and find out what's going to truly make you happy in your life. And maybe it has to do with a relationship. Maybe there's something going on in a relationship that you're not willing to express. Mm-hmm. And so maybe it's time to take action and change and to create those possibilities in your life.
And just to add to that too, when stress occurs, it's usually because there's something that's going on that you don't like. And what that alludes to is that there's something inauthentic going on.
Yes.
Meaning you haven't, you know how you got to do certain things like, okay, I got to make that phone call to that person and I don't really want to. Or, someone maybe said something to you and you really want to, tell them exactly like that kind of hurt me. Or so there's undelivered communication.
Definitely.
There's a lot of things that are left unsaid, undone. And what I call inauthentic, like you haven't cleaned that up. Mm-hmm. And we can sit with that for years if we allow ourselves to do it. So taking action really is like looking in your life. Mm-hmm. Is there undelivered communication? Is there things that you haven't done that you said you would? Mm-hmm. And just cleaning that up, calling the person, saying, hey, and really being real, being truthful and saying, you know what you said bothered me, or I'm sorry I didn't get back to you, and I apologize, and I'm calling you now, and I want to go forward, but it can be challenging to do it, and it's going to take some courage sometimes, but when that gets done, and you're on the other side of it, stress doesn't live there, so that's just another point, taking action.
Definitely, and it's being assertive and knowing what you want, and going out and getting what you want in life. Definitely.
Totally. Moving towards where you want to be.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And number 6 is a sense of humor. It's being able to not take life so seriously. When we can understand that everything's happening for a reason in our life, and it's just allowing life to just be what it is, for it to show up, and however it's showing up, and just to let go of the negativity that we may have wrapped around it, and see the lighter side of things, if we can. I mean, it's important.
That's what comedies are made for, I think.
Yes, and exactly.
Rent the movies.
Right? Especially there's a few comedians out there that are so funny. Oh, and if you can just bring more laughter into your life and just focus on how can I bring that laughter into my life?
Awesome. And number 7 is talk to friends. You know, like really knowing that you have support and using that support. And, you know, we always have our friends, certain friends that we just go to for the laughs, or we go to for the, you know, talking and really, you know, so that's so great. And so knowing that you have the support and using them.
Exactly.
It's true though.
It is.
And just letting that out, like stuffing it in, suppressing and not speaking your truth. It's like, yeah, you have a payoff, but there's so much more on the other side of just being able to let out what it is you need to say. And if no one's available at the time, you know, many techniques that we've said is, you love the, you know, get it out, you know, take your couch, you know, and just let it out. If you got something to say, you know, what I do is I go in my car and I just drive it. I'm screaming like, you know, and I feel so good. And I end up laughing after because I just like feel so giddy.
Yes.
You know, and it's just so great.
It's so powerful. Dan and I do that too. We'll get in the car and we know we have to vent, so we'll give each other permission, and we're just screaming in the car. And within 10 minutes, there's Dan and I in a restaurant, and we're holding hands, telling each other how much we love each other. So we can move into love in a moment. And it's just releasing that toxic, built-up energy that's in us and letting it out. Breathing it out, whatever it is, exercise, you name it, and just releasing it from your life, because it's not who you are.
No.
At all.
It's just temporary. Everything in life is temporary, right? So even thoughts are temporary, and feelings are temporary, and stress is temporary, and the job you have is temporary, and you know, the age you are is temporary, so like everything is temporary, and getting that, you know, we can move through it quicker when we can choose to use techniques that have used for millions of years, thousands of years.
Exactly.
So so they're there for a reason.
And letting go, stress too is associated to the fear of our future. So if you can let go of having fearful ideas, and like Kelsey mentioned earlier, change your thoughts. It's so powerful. So we trust that these 7 steps here have assisted you in handling the stress in your life. Because we are here to assist you and helping you bring more peace of mind into your life and understanding.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Namaste.
Namaste.